Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It's your boy Marvin. Um, just going to listen to a video on what is a high value man by Kevin Samuels and what is defined. I actually picked up a few things from him which I thought were important, like basically business meetings, dressing to impress, interviews, and stuff like that, and just basically able to sort of elevate yourself to the next level. And it's a pretty inspirational video. It's not too long. I'm just going to put some of it on. I've just listened to some of um, the, the topics he defined as a high value man.
What is a high value man? Glad you asked. Let's define it. Welcome back. For those of you who don't know, my name is Kevin Samuels. I'm a professional men's and corporate image consultant. My job is to make sure my clients look good, smell great, and are the best version of themselves each and every day. But who are we kidding? The reason you're here right now is because the term high value man seems to be everywhere. Full disclosure, I didn't create the term, guys. High value man has been with us for a long time. I have just put my own unique spin on it and kind of popularized it, and it has kind of gone viral. But here's the thing. So many people are talking about high value this, high value that. And many times they're actually talking about me and saying as though, well, Kevin said this or Kevin said that. And many people are getting it 100% wrong. So in an attempt to make sense of all this, I want to give you guys the simple 6 basic principles that I define as being high value. Now, again, you don't have to agree with what I'm saying. But this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying a high value man. So
he's very good at pinpointing stuff that makes, especially a man who's looking for something to get. It could be anyone. It could be a woman as well. But he's very good at pinpointing areas where you can better yourself at the end of the day, or further yourself, even though sometimes you may not have the confidence, you may have gone through something, and I think this guy's pretty inspirational at the end of the day, because like I said, he tends to put you in a place where you think, yeah, I might have to just do something that I haven't done before. Let's carry on with the video.
Your mileage may vary, your opinion is your opinion, but when I'm talking about it, this is what I'm talking about. So let's get it started. First of all, let's go over some basic definitions. High, great, greater than normal in quantity, size, or intensity. Value, the regard of something held to deserve the importance, worth, or usefulness of something. And man, an adult human male. So when you put all that together, what do you have? An adult human male that's greater than normal importance or usefulness to what? The group. Basic economic principle states that the value of something is what a market is willing to pay for it. The value is determined by what? The market. And when we're talking about individuals, the market is other people, men or women. So a high value man is completely determined by the market. Case in point, you can have a vehicle, a home, anything in your possession. You can hold it dear. It could be supremely important to you. But when you put it on the market decides. And there's an upper limit and a lower limit. It doesn't really matter if you think the low is too low or the high is not high enough. That's what the market is willing to pay for it, and that is its overall value.
So basically, when you go out into the world, is people sometimes market you in what you look like, or technically what you can actually bring to the table as well. So it is definitely a smart point if you want to better yourself, or basically go up the ladder, because people these days, we live in a materialistic world, especially in the West, that sometimes your appearance goes a hell of a long way.
That has been with us forever. So when we start talking about that, we're dealing with people It really throws people off because it seems so cold, so calculated. But like it or not, that's the way the world is. So let's get into this whole high value man thing. Number one, in order to be a high value man, it starts with money. Again, like it or not, I didn't put the six-figure thing out there. It's been with us since the mid 80s, and like it or not, that's where this whole thing starts. You can't be high value and homeless, so you have to make a certain amount of money, and the line is roughly at $10,000 a month adjusted for Atlanta dollars. If you live in San Francisco, LA, New York City, or the cost of living is higher than 100%, you need to adjust it. So $10,000 a month gets the starting point off for high value. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just giving you what the world gave me. Number two, that money needs to be made over a length of time, i.e. performance. And that's roughly about 5 years. And about the 3-year mark, you're kind of starting to scratch the surface. Why does it need to be 5 years? Well, because guys, it's a matter of consistency and stability. Look in the NFL, the NBA, anybody can have a great season, but having a great season does not automatically mean you're going to the Hall of Fame. They want to see consistent numbers over a period of time. You know how this works, just like...
It's so true. I was a baker, and then I went on to be a chef. And to get into those like top hotels, top basically colleges, universities, you had to really push yourself to the max. Yeah, I did finish off in management and then come out of catering, but it was you've got to be in it for the long haul, because sometimes you could be in a job and you could quit that job and it can take you a few months to find something else, but stay with it, because like I said, one thing, until you get another job, until you walk into another, because one thing you'll be missing out on is that money where you're not working, and consistency is so important. But like I said, sometimes I'd be young and, you know, back in the day, go from like job to job and actually thinking it's right, but you know, consistency is everything. I didn't realise until I got into my 30s how much consistency sort of defines your future.
Like I do in business, you can't be a one-hit wonder or have up here and down there. Consistency, performance over a length of time. That's why the 5-year mark is so important. Like I said, around 3 years, you're starting to scratch the surface, but in 5 years, people can pretty much count on you to say, this person understands and knows how to get it done. Number 3 is group acceptance. Like it or not, guys, high value men is like a fraternity. It's like a club, a secret society. And high value men know other high value men. They're welcoming men to the group. They know what it takes to be there. They know what it takes to get in there. And high value men, group acceptance is supremely important. Guys, secret societies, fraternities, organizations have always been with us. And you know how this just works in just general interaction. Guys that just make their own secret society or club, but it doesn't matter as much as somebody says that group is important. Guys, this is about separation. High value men tend to huddle around other high value men for reasons I'm going to go into a little bit later. But group acceptance is another critical component.
I agree. Sometimes you've got to know people in high places, because some people can actually give you inspiration. Look, I've been to many countries around the world. I've been quite lucky in that, and it's amazing some of the people and some of the business basically contacts you meet through traveling and through life. But like I said, if you want to bet yourself, you have to stick around people that have got the same inspiration as what you've got. I think that's very important.
Of being a high value man. Why is group acceptance so important? Because the next part, a network. You have to have a network of other high value men and others. This is another stumbling block for a lot of guys, for a lot of people, because they may have the money, even the length of time. They may look like they fit the group, but if they don't even have any high value contacts or a network, a group of others, that person's going to be looked at with a side eye. Think of it like this. If you're sitting at the table with 10 high value men, and each of these 10 men has 50 contacts, that's 500 contacts, and you sit at the table and you have twice as much money as any other man on there, but you have 0 contacts. What can you effectively get done other than throw money at it? These other men can make phone calls, exert influence, move things to get things done. And you can only do what? You can only do what? Offer money and potentially feed off that network of contact. One thing high value men know and understand, that time is what's important. And building a network that actually works for you is extremely important. In some areas, it's called a book of business. A book of business can make you successful here, here, and here. Your contacts, your network is your net worth. You've heard this before, so you cannot underestimate how important having a network of high value men and other people is to your status as a high value man.
This is important. This is why I say sort of, don't be afraid to sometimes sell yourself, put yourself out there. Even if you're told, no, I can't help you, that person, you've still got that person as a contact, and someone on the line, you'll be surprised, they may even give you a call or say, look, I've got something for you, are you interested, or I've got a contact for you. This is why it's always good to be polite, nice, especially people in power, because you never know when they're going to pick up the phone and say, I like that guy, even though I said no to him. He took it and he's moved on with his life. But I guarantee they will keep you in the phone book, or if that comes up, or a contact on their phone, if that comes up, they'd contact you. That's a very, very true point. Contacts are so important, especially in business. And if you want to, if you want to network and make your business bigger as well, especially if you're self-employed or a business owner.
After the network, we got to have the visibility. Guys, your income and your position has to be LinkedIn level. Think of it like this. This person says they're the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. This person is head of thoracic surgery at Johns Hopkins. This person is VP of Mergers and Acquisitions at Bank of America. And then someone says, hi, I'm an entrepreneur. 3 of those 4 people, at a glance, we can pretty much estimate who they are, what they do, and their relative importance in the overall socioeconomic structure. The 4th person, more information is needed. There's not enough visibility, not enough transparency. To be a high value man, it needs to be at a glance. Again, your position and your income. Guys, you may have a lot of money, but if it's coming from sketchy areas, no one can kind of understand where it's coming from, that does not give other high value men or even the public any kind of real confidence that you are who you say you are. Again, guys, it's about the market. It's what the world is thinking. They got to know at a glance that you are a high value man. And the 6th part is probably my favorite part, guys. A high value man is useful to others and the group. A lot of times you hear people say, I don't want to be used. I don't want to be used. No, I want to be used. Why? Because that means I'm useful. High value men are in demand and useful.
This is it. Like I said, putting yourself out there, having those contacts. And another thing in business, I've got a couple of businesses with my brother, and it's trust. It's building up thoughtful trust that you've got a relationship, that your business, people you actually do business with, they're going to know that that work's going to get done at the end of the day. So what you say, you're able to back it up in actions, not just words. This is what I've actually realised, because we've got a van business, at the end of the day, logistics business, and to be honest with you, it was very, very, very hard at first to actually get those contracts, but due to consistency, word of mouth, and meeting people in that business line, it's taken off tenfold. But it's like I said, it's what you're willing to put in, you're going to get out of it.
Their presence is felt when they're there, and their absence is felt when they're gone. That is how you know you're really a high value man.
Yeah.
How you can move things, your ability to influence things, and that is your relative usefulness. In economics, it's called utils. How useful are you to the group? Again, there's no high value homeless, neither are there any high value loners. If you have all these resources, all this stuff, but it's all hoarded for your own selfish ends, and no one can benefit from your money, your network, or anything you have, How valuable are you to the group, to the world, to other people? That's what this comes down to. High value men are in demand and useful to other people. As I said at the beginning, high value is all the rage, all the buzz right now. I didn't make it, but I want to clarify what I mean when I'm talking about it. The 6 basic principles of being a high value man, and that by no means is the end of it. Each individual person, after that 6 basic things there, they maybe put other things on top of it. They may have religious concerns, personal motivations, but those 6 core things need to be there. Look at it this way. High value has been with us forever. There's always been a ranking system, irrespective of race, culture, period of time.
It's so true what he's saying about basically putting yourself on the map and keeping it professional, having the context, looking the part, talking well. That goes a long way. Able to talk over a phone, able to network, able to have confidence at meetings and stuff. When I went basically self-employed, I've got a couple of businesses on the go, like what I said. It was crazy at first because I had to sort of, relearn again, go to business meetings, sell myself, go with a business plan, network, get on the phone, meet people, but it gives you a lot of confidence. You're actually thinking, shall I get up in the morning? Shall I really, really do it? But that day, you don't feel like doing it. That's the probably day you'll actually make it. This is why you have to just keep going and motivating yourself. Like
you will see higher value men, higher value individuals separate or be separated from the pack. That is how this works. You don't have to like it, but you do need to accept it. High value men understand that the world is a competitive place. All is fair in love and war, right? And high value does 2 things for men. It gives you more options and it gives you an opportunity to get more favorable outcomes. If you want more options or more favorable outcomes, you need to increase your overall value. And that principle is pretty well understood everywhere except when it comes to us.
It's quite important what he just said about options. We're talking about networking. We're sort of putting yourself out there. Even if someone's not interested at that point, there will be a time where they will actually need you. It was funny. One of our employees delivered to Jay Sainsbury's, who obviously owns the son, who actually owns a lot of percentage of the Sainsbury's supermarkets, and basically we left him with a business card, and he actually said to us that basically he would use us from time to time, because if you don't ask, you don't get. It's like I said, you never know who you're going to come across in this world. So always be positive, especially if you're self-employed and you're looking to expand or looking for other business out there.
It's personal. It gets hard. It gets difficult. And some of us don't like to reduce human beings for things that are so seemingly cold and calculated. But like it or not, that is what it is. We have civilized the world in general. We have evolved, but at the end of the day, we still have that primitive brain, that hunter-gatherer, fight or flight. And even though in the suit and all that other kind of stuff, that is who we are when it's right down to it. Better to know that exists and then ask yourself, what do you want to do about it? And try to fight against this whole thing of high value or not high value. Last things, just because you're not a high value man does not mean you lack value or you're of no value. And just because you may...
This is, that's a brilliant point he just said. You know, even if you're not high value, you can still have a plan in life. You may want to you may still be young and want to be a supervisor or be a manager. I mean, he's not running anyone down there, but what he's saying is if you want to go to the next level, you can, but you've just got to go through the right channels to actually get there, to actually build yourself up. Let that manager know that you want to be a supervisor, or you want to go into management and prove yourself. Be there for him. Sometimes do that overtime. Stay half hour. Because like I said, things like that goes a long way, and believe me, managers do see it. What effort you actually put in.
Not be supremely useful to the group does not mean you're useless. High value is not a way of saying these guys are great and these guys are nothing, but it is a mark, a delineation, and it is a fact of life. It comes into play when men are dealing with men and when women are dealing with men. You can't get over it, guys, so you might as well understand it and act accordingly. Till the next time, your Godfather is out.
So it's great to sort of listen to basically inspirational videos, especially in business. At the end of the day, I think it's imperatively important when you actually build a business, a network, keeping your clients happy. Because I think once you keep your clients happy, I think the first year in business is always the hardest at the end of the day, because you've got to keep the contracts and you're building trust and people are starting to get to know you. But once you build that trust, build the network, be there. Communication is key to good business. Communication to people who are giving you a business. Are they happy? How can you improve things? Is there any more business out there? Can we basically, how can we improve things? Can we do an extra day, or can we do extra hours? It works just by asking. You'd be surprised how businesses quickly move. I thought it was an inspirational video anyway. Let me know what you think on the Kevin Samuels about basically bettering yourself and being a key man or a key woman and going up that ladder. Okay, don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment. Thank you, Marvin.